Ping pong.
Showing up and not being a knob.
Ping pong since
I've got it all around.
Hey.
Is it showing up if I live here?
I mean,
Is it not being a knob if you were a knob?
Ask Luke, he would know.
Ouch.
it wasn't even me.
Wolf. Was that book club happening?
Acting out your nature.
Rebel.
Rebel.
Caregiver. I established a hospice for the.
Did you? I don't know. There was a lot going on during that 3 days.
Apparently, I did something. I made a company that makes money by the end of the year.
Still.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. It's not a company. Don't call it a company ever again. It's
a dingy house.
Yeah. It's a pretty good sized location, but you're paying for people to get off drugs.
Yeah.
Not get
It's a money sink. Kind of.
Traditionalist.
Charity.
I learned how to
What's
research, and I researched the heck out of it.
It's not traditional.
He's forming new traditions on
See,
these three.
This is how I researched in the past by throwing books on tables, shoving them off, and
That's not a tradition.
I think it is now.
It's not a tradition.
it so has. Fine then.
I would say for giving the lilies of swift return or
Lilies of Homecoming, Joe.
whatever.
It's a cairn of quick returns. It's a lily of homecoming. It's a sapling of thanks. We got all sorts of. My traditions have even been caught on by the other members of the circle.
There you go.
Easy, Sheldon.
Yeah, pretty hard. Pretty hard.
Pick up on that, huh?
That happens.
You just have moments where you just
Conniver.
emulate his mannerisms.
A little bit right at the end there with the whole not giving back the thing. And I'm like, did you really?
Yeah, you're like, I can gain more by you giving that back than by us keeping it. So, especially because you didn't have any ammo.
I don't care about that. I literally just took it. And I honestly did not. I do not give a shit that they were mortals. I really do not care.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of odd.
Ben?
Bravo.
Yeah,
pretty that whole scene until
Limit Break, he was very, very headstrong on that.
Yes, you were.
And even when he did the thing.
Rebel, right?
Yeah.
Rebel.
Nobody else made the case.
Oh. Do you want to look at this official document saying all the stuff you did wrong? Get that shit out of my face. Official document.
Yeah.
Go against the establishment.
Yep.
Anybody for exceptional?
I have been.
You had to struggle for regular, so I'm interested.
Yeah, because I was holding off on the better one for the bid.
That's fair.
So after learning how the shrines were created and learning that this was White Wall's tradition for ridding Murama's Fell, I then went to the entirety of the town, spoke with all the people, gathered all the things to properly create the shrines.
Go ahead.
Actually, you're going to bid for yourself. I'll throw my hat in there, too. Grubin, give you my money. Thanks. Bye, Circle. I rebelled against the society and the man so hard I rebelled against my own circle. Normally I'd be like, oh, hey guys, how's everything going? I hope you're all feeling great.
Yeah, you had your own rules and you played by them.
You didn't even say hi to Bastion.
I didn't even say hi to Bastion.
So sad.
It was harsh, bro.
You'll understand why someday.
So even while under the influences of Limit Break, I still made it my own.
He still went and solved his problems with combat.
He did.
Yeah.
I
had to be Bravo
because you very, very cleverly still forced the way that it was going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. Or anybody else?
Well done.
Cast Purpose.
Oh, I stuck around.
Sure did.
Negotiations.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to hold this bitter little family together.
That you did.
No.
Yeah.
Shape-changing monster.
Okay. I still think if you want to pick one of the three phases and just want to emulate that for the sake of your nature, you can do that.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't think you've gotten XP more than once for shape-changing monstrosity.
And that was when you were a dog and then you turned into a shark.
It's like every other session for you when it comes to that.
Yeah.
If that. So that is still on the table, just so.
Because you're trying to like you're kind of sort of emulating Changing Moon a little bit.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to switch from, you can still keep changing monstrosity on your paper for something, but if you want to emulate Changing Moon as your cast,
Gotta do that.
Can we give him some like backlog experience or something? Because if you were a Changing Moon, I would have been giving it to him since like session 1.
so take today and take 3 extra.
Okay.
Because, and the only reason you're only getting the 3 is because I offered this like 3 times when we first.
Just so happens the number lines up.
For Dawn, I took care of a circle mate when he fell asleep in the middle of a city, in the middle of the road, and I actually.
Very zenith of you. Dawn is fighting.
And then he went and he solved his problems with combat.
There we go.
I thought Dawn was fighting or
It-
like defending a circle mate or.
Is it
something.
on pseudo leadership as well?
General, like actual.
Oh,
like,
fair,
you guys can all
general,
salute for
general.
this one.
Yeah.
Like being a general
That's right.
would
That's
be
the
the type of
function.
leadership, whereas like being a mayor would be
Zenith.
typically a poor fit for a Dawn.
All right.
Challenge accepted.
I said a poor fit. I didn't say it was impossible.
Being a barbarian king.
Very easy to do.
A little bit of
Oh,
Ashton
hey,
origins
hey.
right there.
Intimacies.
Food.
Compassion for lost sheep.
You actually did play your food up pretty good this turn.
Pretty hard.
Yep. I already gave you compassion for doing the thing with the people, with the drug addicts last time. Do you have another one?
What's your conviction?
We're not on virtues yet.
I'm just asking.
2.
Your compassion's 2?
You said conviction, didn't you?
I did
Oh,
say
conviction. Okay.
Yeah. Neville protection of villages. Undo Abyssал's work. Pursue solutions to fixing Shadowlands. I guess helping him with his solution.
You actually went around the place and like got provisions and stuff to
Yeah.
help do this, and
Spent 2 days on it.
he wouldn't have been able to get that part of it because he didn't have any moolah.
Krubin had my money.
Although after we're done
Anybody
shopping, you ask for
else?
it.
Protection of my men. I instead of having them walk the 40 days, sent them.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I was very, very happy to hear you do that.
It's gonna be so awkward when we show back up and like, I don't remember talking to Lord Wrighton about this, but it happened anyway.
On a lesser extent, trying to be one with the books for being elk gets elk.
Yes.
Okay.
Specifically because you made a fool of yourself yet again in front of Carmen.
Carmine.
Carmine that looks like Carmen Sandiego.
Yeah.
Carmen.
Carmine.
The E is silent, so I don't use it in the pronunciation at all.
True. That is true.
Anybody else? Don't you have a thing about getting new territory?
Just gonna say that.
Yeah.
You got new territory.
Sure did.
Yeah.
You actually have territory in the area of Morocco.
Plans to get better territory.
Pete on it.
Anybody for exceptional? I will take exceptional virtues here as well.
Oh, if we're doing exceptional virtues,
Exceptional intimacies and or virtues.
I would like to throw my hat in for exceptional valor.
I thought we got rid of virtues.
I'm doing it for exceptional, not for
Okay.
regular.
All right.
Because if you totally like if you're like a compassion for person who actually like goes out of their way to show the compassion exceptionally, then like I want to play that up.
Yep, and plus the opportunity to exceptionally show your intimacies does not always come up.
Whereas role playing them basically is pretty fucking easy.
But I want to throw my hat in for exceptional valor. Number one, because he turns into weird shit and scares me. He was like, "Oh, you just have to be brave," and I was like, "The fuck did you just say to me?" I didn't say I was scared. I said it's
What's your
gross.
valor?
3.
Okay. That's the other thing is your thing has to be at least a level 3 to go for exceptional, because if it's 2, being exceptional is being average.
Which means that you should just raise it instead.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? I will give it because that was a pretty sweet part of role playing.
But But while we were talking about virtues, so you're compassion, temperance 3, conviction, valor 2.
Yeah.
Right? I don't see that virtue splat coming through in your roleplay.
I feel like I've got more compassion.
I'm seeing your conviction come out more than
Really?
anything.
Really?
You stick by your guns like nobody's business.
I thought that was more of a temperance thing.
No,
No,
temperance
no.
is patience.
Temperance is patience. Conviction is no.
Temperance
this
is patience and like abstaining from doing hedonistic things.
Okay.
So like the guy who says no to the free drinks has high temperance,
Mm-hmm.
and that same guy can probably sit and meditate for 18 hours straight.
Okay.
Conviction, you're like, no. This
play
is
by
what
the
I
rules.
said. This is what I meant.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to apologize because this is
Elephant is
how I
faithful.
meant it. You
100%.
can be mad at me all you want, but I didn't try to sell you. I tried to broker a deal. You are
It's true. I have been sticking by my guns.
I was actually going to throw my hat in for conviction, which is 3, specifically because of the shooty 2.
Shooty too.
Like, you guys were being like, bringing up all these points, and I was like, no, it's fine. I won it in combat. It's fine.
Oh, compassion for the people involving the defenses for a town. Like, you need to get these people back their weapons in order to defend themselves. And that triggered his limit break.
yeah, you did push him far enough to break. That's pretty good. Go ahead.
But that's just something I wanted to throw there.
You do bring up a good point.
Because, just in my mind, someone, if we had switched spots, right, and someone was like, "You tried to sell me. What the fuck?" It's like 2 dragon blooded, 3 temperance, 3 temperance, 3 compassion. We're like, you know what?
Yeah, I think you're confusing your intimacy towards lost sheep with compassion.
Mm-hmm.
Those are not necessarily the same thing.
Yeah. It
So,
would have been kind of like a, you know what?
If
You're
you
right,
want,
I'm really sorry.
you can switch those two. You can drop a dot in compassion and put it in conviction if you want to. I'm giving you that choice to do right now.
Decided I was done with studying, and I jumped out the window and started doing stuff instead.
For what?
Temperance.
Okay, so that's a good
Exceptional
example.
in your lack of temperance.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the opposite of what I said.
You said it was just.
What's your
virtue.
compassion?
It's, I don't know, 2.
Buy a dot in compassion,
I don't want
and then I would give it to him for
More dots and virtues means more virtue channels. I'm just saying.
yeah. If you were to buy a dot in
Better
More
virtue
limits.
channels.
if you were to buy a dot in compassion, I would give it to him for taking the time to talk to everyone about what they're
Yeah.
giving him for his what he's building, the shrines.
Learning everybody's life.
Yeah.
You
That could be temperance.
you
or
learned
compassion.
everyone's name and then you roleplayed it.
So buying a dot in compassion and then using that as the bid for the experience in.
Yeah.
Okay. How much does it cost for a
Trace.
3 experience for a dot and a virtue.
Trace?
Virtues.
Oh yeah,
are
they're static. Then.
awesome.
That's right. They're not. If you have 2
Virtues.
virtues times 3, it's.
When
They
Solomon,
used to be like that.
when
Good.
Solomon
And
finished Zion,
going on
he
what
was
Joe was
5'5",
saying previously with
5'5".
Shane, I actually
Serious?
did
Yeah.
think you were playing your character as a
I
3
granted
compassion
experience to bump
person
up
to
5'5",
begin with, because
5'5".
How do you?
you've
not
been
go
a
insane?
fairly decent
You
voice
role
of.
play your stuff. The
Yeah,
ones,
it
they're
makes-
not these ones.
With
It was
specifically what
like,
you said in that instance, that makes sense.
Malice.
Oh, Malice got turned into
Vengeance.
Vengeance. That's right. I have 5 dots in Vengeance.
Yeah.
It's a
Good
lot
times.
like having 5 dots in Malice. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but it's like righteous and stuff.
Yeah, there you go.
Good excuses.
So,
It meant I didn't go looking for the
Dennis,
trouble.
did you get one yet? What's your 3 dots?
Conviction and valor.
You stayed away from us for a whole week.
You were scouting
On your
out
own
the fell.
in-
yeah, you were scouting the
Rama's
spell
Fell.
by yourself.
Yeah, if
True.
If anything, that's the Valor speaking right there. You went where you were the small fish, and you hung out.
Yeah.
You were trying to claim territory. That's ballsy.
No,
Yeah.
you did
You
claim
did
territory.
claim territory. By
I'll
yourself
give
in
it to you.
Ramos Fell.
I'll give it to you.
You peed on them.
Such a weapon.
I pee on
Any
it.
character development?
I'm getting there.
Getting there.
I don't think any of my character development people noticed because you were unconscious.
No, but you asked me to do something. And you said you were going to pay me to do it.
Yeah, you already had food. You already had my payment. Though.
Our rivalry is starting to turn into a frenemy.
Yeah, it started to turn. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's nice how that just like in 2 sessions switched around.
All it took was them having a common enemy.
Right.
I knew that from day one. From the first time they were at odds with each other. I knew that the second I could get one of them to cover the other one in combat, it'd all be water under the bridge.
And it's funny that it happened the way that it did because I would have expected me to be covering him in combat first.
Well, also my guy likes to fight, so
So does mine.
that's true.
So, no significant character development this time around.
So the closest I can think of is right at the end. I was like, yeah, I haven't carried around money in years.
But I think that once we figure out more of the why behind that, I think that'll be character development.
Put a pin in it so we don't forget.
Stunting.
I
stunted.
think the fact that I showed regret instead of being aloof, like
We're on stunting, Shay.
That's not
character development. God damn it. A
Just
couple
take a step
sessions
back.
ago, Bastion said how I always take, and I never give. I actually shown a couple sessions later. Here, I'm giving this to you to show that I am thinking about the circle and what you've done for me.
Right, yes,
the
because
gift, the gift of the saplings.
you everything I ever gave you, you ruined.
Yep.
He brings up a good point.
So he gave you something to ruin.
Yeah. Just snap.
Like
Smack him in the face with
Mr.
it.
Miyagi's bonsai tree.
Do you have any dots in craft?
One,
Did you pick your specialty yet?
I think we had just like leatherworking.
No. Specialty.
Have you used it
Oh, you said-
yet?
No, I haven't done anything with the actual like crafting.
Where are you going with this?
Do you want to take
Botany.
botany or like
Bonsai trees.
I mean, a lot of things that I do apparently are plant based.
It should be craft
You
tradition
haven't used
gifts.
it yet, so as far as I'm concerned, it's wide open. If you had 4 dots and hadn't used it, it'd be a different conversation.
Yeah.
But
Like we going with botany for that? Just
if you want,
I mean,
or
I think it would be really appropriate with all the shit that you've done.
yeah. Again, like a lot of the themed things that I have apparently are
There was
Acorn
the
of War.
oak tree barrage thing, right?
that's where it started.
The carrot of quick returns.
Karen.
That's a rock. That's a
See,
I thought there were
yes.
branches that were part of that too.
pile of
No,
rocks.
There,
Just a pile of rocks.
Yeah,
there were sticks involved in that.
They were superfluous.
You should also
Acorn
have,
of War.
Acorn of War.
Yep,
should-
I mean the pine cone of
you
amends.
should also have
The
a
pine
Pine
cone.
cone amends, that was
a
it.
carp of dinners ready, so that way you have your appetizer on your way to the table.
I'm gonna have to work on the wording, but I like the concept.
Carpe diem.
Oh my
But
god.
it's a shame
Seize
if
the
I
carp.
didn't say yes.
Carpe
already.
dinner's ready.
Oh, it's 2.
It's 2. Character development.